So do you also use FlexiFunnels to sell your products online and Slack to manage the communication of your business? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect, and in this video we are going to understand how to notify team on Slack channel for FlexiFunnels purchase. So I'm running a edutech company and we use FlexiFunnels to sell our courses online. So now what I want is that as soon as a new purchase is made in my FlexiFunnels, which is as soon as we sell a new course, automatically my team on Slack should be notified about the same. So to do this, we are going to create a connection between FlexiFunnels and Slack. To create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So do you also wish to learn this process step by step? Then let me take you to my computer screen.
Welcome to my screen everyone. So as I've already mentioned in my introduction that I'll show you how to automate notifications on your Slack channel whenever a new purchase happens on FlexiFunnels. This ensures that your team is instantly informed so that you can provide a quick support and seamless onboarding for your students. So let's get started with a really simple example. So as you can see that this is the course I'm selling with the help of my FlexiFunnels, which is programming in Python, right? So let's suppose I'm going to purchase this course right over here. I'm going to enter all of these details and then we're going to click on complete order. So we're going to purchase this course and then we're going to check that if our team is getting notified on Slack about the new course purchase or not. And as you can see, thank you for your purchase, right? So I'm going to open my Slack and yes, you can see a new course enrollment alert. You can see the same details which we have entered, the same date and time. So yes, you can see that my team gets an instant notification on Slack whenever a new FlexiFunnel course is purchased, right? So yes, in order to learn about this automation, you have to watch this full tutorial. So what we have to do is we are going to open the landing page of Pabbly first in order to create a connection between our FlexiFunnels and our Slack. So as you can see that I've simply opened the landing page of Pabbly by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy. So as soon as we're going to open the landing page of Pabbly, we are going to get two options. One is sign in and the other one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of hours free every month to explore the application. But over here, I'm an existing user, so I'm going to click on sign in. And as soon as we're going to click on sign in, it is opening all Pabbly apps. Over here, you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications, right? Which is FlexiFunnels and Slack. So I'm going to click on access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connects account. And as soon as we're going to click on access now, it is opening my dashboard. And to start with this automation, we are going to click on this button which says create workflow. And now it is asking me for the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So over here, I want to save the workflow in this folder which is automations. And on my dashboard, you can see multiple folders which I have already created. So if you wish to learn how to create a new folder or a subfolder, you can click on this hyperlink given right over here which says learn more. And now it is asking me for the workflow name. So I want the workflow name to be how to notify team on Slack channel for FlexiFunnels purchase. FlexiFunnels to Slack, and then we are going to click on create. And as soon as we're going to click on create, it is opening the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this, you can understand that the trigger is the commander for the workflow and actions follow the commands. And as you know that we can have only a single commander but multiple followers. So over here, we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger. So by this, you can finally understand that the actions are response towards the commands given by our trigger. And in order to start with our automation, we have to select our trigger application. So for my trigger application, I'm going to select it as FlexiFunnels because what I want is that as soon as a new purchase is made in my FlexiFunnels, automatically my workflow should be triggered, right? So I'm going to search for FlexiFunnels and then we are going to select it. And as soon as I'm going to select the trigger application right over here, it is asking me for the trigger event. So basically, trigger event is the event on which the workflow will start. So here what I want is that as soon as a new purchase is made, my workflow should be triggered or started. So I'm going to select the same as my trigger event. And as soon as I'm going to select the trigger event, it is giving me a webhook URL. So we're going to use this same webhook URL in order to create a connection between our FlexiFunnels and our Pabbly Connects workflow. So what we're going to do is first we're going to copy this webhook URL and then we're going to follow this help text and receive saying log into your FlexiFunnels account, click on the product, create a product, whether it's a membership or a digital. Go to set rules, click on the set product rules, add the drop down, select use. Okay, so we're going to follow this one by one. Okay, so I'm going to open my FlexiFunnels account right from here, and as you can see that this is my FlexiFunnels account, and as you can see all the products which I have already created, but I'm going to use this product which is programming in Python, right? So I'm just going to open this right from here, and now from the left side of the bar we have to go on set rules, and after coming on this set rules we have to click on this blue button which is saying set product rules. Okay, and now it is saying when, so it is saying when we have to set this rule. Okay, so for that I'm going to select it as product is purchased, because what I want is that as soon as the product is purchased then only this workflow should be triggered, right? So for the when, we are going to select it as product is purchased for all pricing options, and now for the use I'm going to select it as webbook, and as I was going to select the use as webbook, it is asking me for the webbook name and the webbook URL. So for the webbook name I'm going to keep it as Slack right over here, and now for the webbook URL we are going to paste the URL which we copied from our workflow right over here, right? So I'm just going to paste this same URL right over here in the webbook URL field, and then we are going to click on save, and as I was going to click on save, yes, you can see successfully added. So we have successfully added this rule right over here, and after adding this rule we are going back to our workflow, and yes, you can see that it is saying waiting for webbook response, and in the notes it is saying do a test submission / record. So in order to capture this webbook response we have to do a test submission or record. Okay, so we have to test this webbook URL, is it successful or not? So for that what we're going to do is I'm going to open my page again right over here. You can see the purchase page, right? I'm going to open this page again, and we're going to do another test submission with the new details to capture the response right over here. Okay, so for the first name I'm going to keep it as demo, last name as user, email as demoUser@pabblytudes.com. for the phone number I'm going to keep it as this right over here. We are going to move on forward. It is saying address, so for that I'm going to keep it as this. Over here I'm going to enter the card number, we are going to enter the CVV and then zip right over here, and after entering all of these details we are going to click on this button which says complete order, and as soon as you're going to click on complete order right over here you're going to wait for a few seconds, and yes, you can see thank you for your purchase. So yes, once again we have successfully completed this order, and with this we have successfully did another test submission. So now I'm going to open my workflow and check that if Pabbly has captured the response for this or not, and yes, you can see that Pabbly has captured response A. You can see all the details which we submitted, right? You can see the city, you can see the country, the currency, the address, or you can see the email, the first name, the last name, or you can see the phone number which we entered, you can see the price which we paid to purchase this course. Okay, so yes, with this we have successfully completed our trigger step, and now what will happen is that as soon as a new purchase is made in my FlexiFunnels, automatically my workflow would be triggered, and Pabbly is going to capture the response for the same. So now we are going to move on forward. So what I want is I want to notify my team on Slack channel for new purchase, right? So for my action application I'm going to select it as Slack, so I'm going to search for Slack right over here, and as you can see the same, so we're going to select it, and after selecting this action application we're going to move on towards the action event. Okay, and now for the action event we're going to select it as send channel message, because what I want is I want to send my team automated notifications in real time, right? So that's why we have selected the action event as send channel message, and then we're going to click on this button which says connect, and as I was going to click on connect, it is asking me to add a new connection or select an existing connection. So if you have already connected your Slack account with your Pabbly's workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save, but if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection, and once again we are going to click on this blue button which says connect with Slack, and now it is asking me for the token type. So here it is saying enter the token type as either user or bot, check documentation to find out how to get it. Okay, so I'm just going to click on this learn more hyperlink right over here to find out how to get the token type. So I'm just going to open this link, and as you can see that it is redirecting me to the forum of Pabbly, and over here you can see the basic difference between user and bot, and you can choose user or bot token type by reading this difference right over here. Okay, so I'm going to select my token type as bot right over here, so I'm going to enter it as bot, and then we're going to click on save, and as soon as we're going to click on save right over here, Pabbly is requesting permissions. Okay, right over here, so you can see that Pabbly is asking me for some permissions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on allow and give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for, because my data is secure with Pabbly. You can also click on allow, Pabbly is safe, and as soon as you're going to click on allow, yes, you can see authorization successful, and we have successfully connected our Slack channel with our Pabbly's workflow, or we can say Slack account with our Pabbly's workflow, and now it is asking me for the channel ID. So over here basically we are going to select the same channel in which I want to send the messages. Okay, so I want to send the message in this channel which is FlexiFunnels Sales. Okay, so I'm going to select the channel as FlexiFunnels Sales. You have to keep in mind that you have to select the same channel in which you want to send the messages. Okay, so I'm going to select my channel. We are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the message. So here we are going to enter the message which I want to send. So this is the message I want to send to my Slack channel. Okay, so as you can see that I've entered the details like name, email, course purchase and purchase date. You can add more details too right over here if you want. Okay, but this is the message I want to send, so I've selected the same. But as you can notice that I haven't entered the details of my customer right over here, which is the name, emails, course purchase and the purchase date. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter the same details right over here which we received in the response of our FlexiFunnel purchase, right? So but we are not going to enter the details manually or by copy pasting it, but instead we are going to map it. So you must be wondering what is mapping, right? So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected FlexiFunnels as our trigger application. So we're going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only, and as soon as we're going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. So over here I'm going to give you an example that it is asking me for the name, right? So let's suppose I'm going to enter the name right over here manually by typing it like this. Then this will not change with every new response received because this is static information and I've entered it manually. But if we're going to map this from the previous response, let's suppose I'm going to look for name in my previous response, and as you can see, first name and last name. So let's suppose we're going to map the first name, put a space and then the last name. So yes, then this will definitely change because my previous response will also change. So that's why we do mapping right over here to run our workflow in real time. So same we are going to do with the email. I'm going to map the email right over here. So I'm going to look for email, and as you can see, demo user @pabblytudes.com. So we're going to map it, and now it is saying course purchase. So yes, we're going to map the course purchase to right over here, which is programming in Python. Over here it is saying purchase date. So yes, we have the date in the response to. I'm going to look for date, and as you can see, the same. So we're going to map it, and now after mapping all of these details, we are going to move on forward after completing this message. It is saying image URL, image alt text, bot name, bot icon, auto expand links and many another details. So as you can see, all of these details are not the required details, so I'm going to leave it as blank, and directly we're going to click on this button which says save and send as request. If you wish, you can definitely fill out those details too. And as soon as we're going to click on this button which says save and send as request, yes, you can see that we have received a positive response that we have successfully sent a channel message with the same details which we received from our FlexiFunnel purchase. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my Slack and check for the new message. Okay, so I'm going to open my Slack channel, and as you can see, a new message has been sent. It is saying new course enrollment alert, a new purchase has been made on FlexiFunnels. Here are the details: name, email, course purchase, purchase date and another message. So as you can see that these are the same details which we entered in the test submission and mapped in the workflow, right? So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow, but I'll just test this workflow once, and this time I'm going to give you a real-time example. So what we're going to do is I'm going to open my page again, and we're going to do another test submission with the new details and check our workflow is running in real time or not. Okay, so for the first name I'm going to keep it as test, last name as user, email as this. For the phone number I'm going to keep it as this. Over here you can see the address. We are going to move on forward, enter the card details right over here, right? I'm going to enter the CVV and then zip, and then we're going to click on this button which says complete order, and as soon as we're going to click on complete order, again we are going to wait for a few seconds right over here, and after waiting for a few seconds, yes, you can see thank you for your purchase, your order was successful. So yes, with this we have successfully placed another order, and now what has happened is that FlexiFunnels has sent the details of a test submission to our workflow. Pabbly captured the response, triggered the workflow and further notified our team on Slack about the new purchase made. So what we are going to do is I'm going to open my Slack and check for the new message, and this time we are not going back to our workflow and clicking on save and send test request. I'll directly open my Slack right from here, and yes, you can see a new message received which is a new purchase has been made on FlexiFunnels. Here are the details: name, email, course purchase and the purchase date. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow, and now what will happen is that as soon as a new purchase is made in my FlexiFunnels, automatically my team on Slack would be notified. And for this we selected the trigger application as FlexiFunnels. For the trigger event we selected new purchase. For the action application we selected Slack, and then for the action event we selected send channel message. And yes, we were successful with our workflow too. Over here you can see the two messages I sent during this video with the help of my workflow. So yes, this was it for the video, and if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone this workflow and share the workflow link in the description description box so that you can access my workflow. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching.
So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can integrate many more applications. So if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.